Hi friends, Ambrosia Carey here with Rooted Extensions at Rooted Hair on all of our socials. Today we have Bran and we're going to be adding some volume and length using Rooted Extensions. I have two colors that I'm going to be piggybacking. One is Cocoa and one is Autumn. And we're going to actually be piling these two together to give dimensional value and length to Bran's hair. So let's get started. So the partings for this section, I'm doing one single row with two stacked hand ties together. Hand tied extensions are going to be the lowest profile because they have the smallest spine and they fit snugly onto the head and it acts as a veil. So we're actually going to be aiming right at the top of the occipital where we see right here at the base of the crown. So this is going to be our point of rotation on the head. And this is the most comfortable space for that parting to be. So we're gonna start out with sectioning the back first, kind of scooping that into a larger rounded section. We're following the curvature of the head for this part before we place this out of the way. When it comes to flyaway hair, to keep our sections as clean as possible, you can damp the section down with water or you can actually mist it with a flexible spray. In this situation, we're just going to spray on those little baby hairs and I'll use the tail comb to gently separate the areas where it's needed before I place it up. Now we're ready to bring the sides in. For a rule of thumb, I generally like to look at each profile before I actually go in and commit to where I want those sides to fall. A couple of things I look for is along the hairline. If I see that the hairline is a bit on the sparse side, like in this situation where the hairs are a bit finer, I want to make sure that I want to be an enough distance away so that that weft, if she pulls it up, you're not going to see that from the underside. So in this situation, we're going to go with the theory of 3 finger widths wide at the very top of the ear. So I'm going to give myself a little bit more clearance. You can see where my fingers are right now. I'm actually going to lift the section up a bit higher than the base of the back area. And in some situations, just depending on what you're going for, you may even scoop this down lower. But in this situation, since this is going to act like a veil and we've got a lot of length that we can actually work with, this is a good rule of thumb, the 3 finger widths on the top of the ear. So I'm going to start that parting on this side and I'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Now that we just finished our sectioning, we're going to start out with our partings. I'm actually going to show you a really easy way to load up your looper when you're using these beads. These are preloaded beads, so you're going to take your looper in, insert it into the center of the beads, and just slide it on. Super easy. Widthwise, we're going about the width of the looper. And lengthwise, we're actually going about 2 to 3 finger widths wide. With finer hair texture, I tend to go with smaller partings just so that it doesn't put too much strain. So I'm gonna go with 2 finger widths wide. Now that I've created my section, widthwise is about the size of the looper once again, and widthwise it is 2 finger widths wide. I'm going to rest my comb at the very top of the knot, open my looper, feed the hair into it, and I'm pressing the bead all the way through the looper and gently bringing it out through the other side. Once you have the beads secured, you're going to take your pliers and move them all the way up to your section, to the base of your section. Rotate your pliers down so that it's flush with the head. And you're going to relax your hand just slightly and then depress the bead. So we're going to do this on repeat from the middle all the way to the outsides. And once I get to the top of the ear, that's when I'm going to take the width of my section with the hand ties to decide how far I can take those hand ties to the front of the hairline. So we just finished installing the entire row of beads, as you can see here. And now we are ready to piggyback our 3 hand-tied extensions. When I'm lining up my extensions, I want to make sure that they are extended to the very edge of the row for that first piece in the front, and then I'll do the same thing wrapping around to the other side, making sure that there's no lip on either side. Once those are lined up, I can actually start clipping those into place. So now that I have my wefts completely secure with the clips, I am now gonna go in with my needle and thread, and I'm leaving the thread open, so I'm not doubling the thread yet. I'm gonna start out at the very corner on the left-hand side, and I'm actually gonna be starting right at that second bead. If I put my finger underneath the weft, I can feel exactly where that bead is, and I'm gonna insert that all the way through at the base, making sure that it's at the very left side. I'm gonna pull this all the way through. And now we're gonna tie these off together at the very ends. And I'm gonna pull that knot through until you can't see those strings anymore, so that they're on the bottom side of that weft, because we're gonna cut those later. To have this sit in place so it's not moving around, I'm gonna take the double-sided thread, now that everything is closed off, go through the exact same spot, but I wanna make sure that I keep the thread to the left side. I'm gonna pull it through once again, and it's gonna be passing through both sides. This is what's called a whip stitch. So we're gonna go through all the way here, and the string is quite long, so we're gonna keep our hands up in the air as we're pulling that string down, and I'm using my hand to guide it through, and then I'm gonna pull it straight up. All I have left are these strings here, which I'll be cutting off later. Now I'm gonna start moving all the way to the left to secure this all the way through. So I'm gonna jump over to the other side of the bead, passing the needle through the very inside, and I'm gonna be doubling this up. So I'm gonna pull it through, double my thread into the middle of the loop, and pull everything straight up. Give it a gentle tug to make sure that it's secure in there, but don't pull so hard that it's going to give tension. And then we're gonna just pass this through to the other side of the bead on the left-hand side. I'm gonna pull these slightly to my left. You can see right here that the string is on the left side. This is gonna pass underneath that string to the opposite side of the bead, passing through the middle. And as I pull this straight through, I'm gonna wait until I have a little less string left, and then I'm going to pass it through a second time so it creates a double knot. We have a little bit left of our hand-tied weft, so we're gonna do one more. For this last part, to finish it off, I am going to slide in sideways, so at a slight diagonal forward to the very edge, and I'm gonna do one last double knot before I start to double back through. Now that we've finished the very edge of this hand-tied weft, I'm gonna slip my needle all the way underneath the bead through the other side. And I'm gonna pull this through to the underneath of the weft. And I'm now gonna start sewing this direction. So I'm gonna go right back over my very first stitch, go right between the middle of this double string, pull it all the way through, and then I'm going to alternate single and double on each side of the beads. We have now finished installing our one single weft of the hand-tied extensions, and I'm going to show you how to close off the right-hand side. So we started with the left, we moved our way over, and now I'm just going to take my needle and thread and wrap it around the very back portion of this weft, slide it in through the other side of the bead on the opposite end, pull that through. And when you'll notice it, what it does is when you pull it down, it actually depresses this back down to the scalp again. And then I'm going to do one last insertion. So I'm gonna go through the top of that section, push it through the edge here. And then when this pops out, I'm gonna wrap this around 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, pull this all the way through. And I do it nice and slowly because this can knot up really easily if you pull it too quickly. The one last step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my needle and press it all the way through to the other side of the weft. And one last step for good measure, I like to lift the weft all the way up. And then once I do, I can cut the string. Obviously make sure that you don't cut any hairs with it. One of my little tricks is I'll push my fingers along the thread to make sure there's no hairs. And then I'm gonna cut it a little lower down because I'm gonna give it one last final double knot through. I'm gonna do it 3 times here, and then I'll just cut that excess string.